Hey, what's up my COD Elite Gaming Athlete Club? I hope the week has gone well for you so far. So in today's video, I'm gonna go over just my absolute favorite class setup to use right now in solos and duos, and I'll explain to you guys why I like using it and why it just works so well for me. But just really quickly, before I do that, I'd first like to thank you guys for watching and subscribing to me on YouTube. You know, we're nearly at 300 subscribers right now, which, even though I'll admit it's not that much in the grand scheme of things, it's still a pretty big milestone for me, so yeah, thank you guys, and even if you're not subscribed, that's cool too. I'm glad you stopped by at my channel anyway. And yeah, so with that quick bit out of the way, let's get back to the video, and we'll start with the weapons I'm using, which is the FFAR and the Strela P, which might come as a surprise to some of you. Well, the Strela P, I'm guessing, may surprise some of you, since the FFAR is just such a beast of a gun. I think it's nearly everyone's favorite weapon at this point, because it just kills faster than all the SMGs in the game, I think, with chest shots, and it's an assault rifle at the same time, so it has assault rifle range and bullet velocity. And on the FFAR, in case you're curious, I'm using the reinforced heavy barrel, agency suppressor, field agent grip, 50 round fast mags, and the Raider stock for better aim, shoot, moving speed. And as for the Strela P, I'm using it primarily just for destroying vehicles, pretty much, which it's absolutely amazing at. I used to use the RPG for this because it could reload faster, which I thought was better, but I found the rocket velocity on the RPG was just way too slow, so vehicles that were further away would be too hard to hit, and I just wasn't reliably getting as many kills as I'm doing with the Strela P right now. And so, with the Strela P, as you'll see in some of these clips, I can hit vehicles quite easily from really far away that I just wouldn't really be able to do as well with the RPG. And if it's within like 20 or 30 meters or so, it's almost like a hit scan, pretty much. The RPG just doesn't have that ease of shots, so you have to think more and lead your shots better, which has caused me to like miss a lot of potential victims that way. So I'll tend to stick with the Strela P like pretty much all of the game until the last few circles or so, and when I'm running these guns, I'm not really trying to win the game. I'm just trying to get on my truck and chase kills, pretty much, and I'm spending the game looking for enemy vehicles and things like that, because if any of you guys have ever played solos much at all, or even duos, you'll notice that lots of people tend to run vehicles a lot more than they do in team games, which just gives you a lot of free, easy kills, pretty much. Like, whenever I see another vehicle about, I don't even register it as a threat anymore, really. I just see it as a guaranteed kill, like a free lunch, if you will, and I just chase them down or go on a hill somewhere with the Strela P to either disable their vehicle or just blow it up and get the kill right then and there. And once you get used to the rocket trajectory on the Strela, you can even snipe at snipers who are being quite cocky and standing in one place, which is just super satisfying to pull off, and something you can't really do with the RPG because of its slow bullet velocity and inaccuracy at range. But with this Strela P, it's just very doable, and I've pulled this off quite a few times, which is pretty funny. Now, as for the perks and equipment I'm running, I'm using Restock, EOD, Amped, Stun Grenades, and Semtex. Now, some of you might be wondering why I'm not using C4s, as they are technically better for destroying vehicles, but in my experience, I found that with the Semtex, it can be a bit more reliable when up against a truck, for example, because I can first line up my shot with the Strela, and after one hit, the enemy truck will usually try and steer away, so they are a bit further away, which makes it easier for me to throw my Semtex and try and lob it at them, rather than, you know, slowly chucking the C4, and then chances are it won't even detonate next to them because they're getting away. I find the C4 is only really good if they're like driving straight towards you and it's too late for them to dodge it, pretty much. That's when the C4 is good, but when you're using a rocket launcher, it's, I think, better to combine it with the Semtex, because you can throw it at them while they're trying to get away from you. So yeah, and of course the Semtex is also better, I think, for killing regular players for the same reason, because it has a longer throw distance. So yeah, that's why I just like the Semtex more in general. And the stun grenades are actually super toxic when combined with driving around in a truck like this, because what you can do is when you see someone, you can park your truck and kind of use it as cover to throw your stun grenade over, which pretty much gives you a guaranteed kill once it lands at their feet. And you can pull this off really easily in solos because you don't have to worry about his teammates shooting at you from the sides, and it's just such a toxic strategy. I don't know like why not everyone is doing this, but it is what it is. And we're using Restock here, of course, to have unlimited stuns and Semtexes throughout the game, and it doesn't really matter so much that I'm not using Ghost, since I'll be driving around in a vehicle hunting for people in other vehicles most of the game anyway, so pretty much Ghost is not that important for me, and since I'm just chasing kills and like I'm not really trying to win, if once my truck blows up, like usually I would have had quite a lot of kills at that point anyways, so I don't mind so much if someone spots me with a heartbeat sensor and kills me. And yeah, with all that said, now that we've gone over all the benefits of this class setup, let's talk about some of the drawbacks. And of course, the number one drawback with this is that for this to really work, you do need to be driving around in a truck for most of the game, so you can get up close to people with the FFAR, and pretty much if you ever find yourself without a vehicle, you won't be versatile enough to survive long against good players. And this is because this loadout, especially since you're using the FFAR and your secondary weapon is a launcher, you're really focused heavily on close range, and although the FFAR is an assault rifle, its recoil is just way too high for long-range gunfights, and even like, you know, medium to long-range gunfights. So you'll get picked off by people using snipers and assault rifles like the AMAX or AUG, for example, and because we aren't running Ghost, people will just spot you so easily with UAVs and heartbeat sensors, so pretty much, yeah, as I said, what I do with this class is I just chase kills, and when my truck is at half health or so, I scan the map for another one so I can quickly jump ship and have a fresh truck, and I just keep doing this until I either die or it's somehow made it to the last circle loadout drop, in which case I'll actually try to win, and I'll get my other loadout and try to win the game with that, but I'll go into that in a separate video. Now, it also has to be said that this class setup I found is not that effective when you're playing trios or quads, since good players will usually be covering each other very well, so once you get off the truck to try and fight someone solo, that you'd normally find it quite easy to get the kill in solos mode. Like, when you do this in trios, they're usually, even if they're looks like they're alone, chances are their buddy will be right nearby, so they'll just shoot you at the back or from the sides, and to add to this, the trucks just don't survive that long at all when there's 3 or more people focusing you down. Like, you can get gunned down almost instantly, and it's just, yeah, it doesn't work that well in trios and quads, but in solos and duos, it's a fantastic strategy, and I do it almost all the time now when I'm just playing to get kills. Now, yeah, so anyway, that's it for the end of the video now. I hope you enjoyed and learned something new from watching this. Thanks and stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks.